The night sky over New Terra was full of fire. Red clouds moved fast, and the air felt heavy like a storm was coming. But it wasn't a storm. It was fear. Lucas, a young human soldier, stood alone near the edge of the refugee zone. His uniform was dirty. His gun hung from his shoulder. He had seen many strange things during this war, but nothing like tonight. Then he saw her. A woman, tall, beautiful, and not human, walked slowly from the shadows. Her skin was a soft silver. Her long black hair floated as if it had a life of its own. Her eyes glowed with a soft violet light. She fell to her knees in front of him. "Please," she whispered. "If I don't match tonight, I will die." Lucas took a step back, hand on his weapon. "Who are you?" he asked, shocked. "My name is Zara," she said. "I'm from the Ilari species. We need to bond with a human, or our bodies shut down. It's a law in our blood, a punishment. I escaped from the labs. They used us like tools, like pets." Lucas didn't know what to say. He had heard rumors about the Ilari, that they were dangerous, that they were designed for war. But looking at her now, she didn't seem like a soldier. She looked afraid, weak, almost human. "How do I know this isn't a trick?" he asked. Zara looked up, her lips trembling. "Because I'm not asking to fight. I'm asking to live." There was silence between them. Far in the distance, searchlights moved across the sky. The guards were looking for something or someone. "I only have a few hours left," she said. "My body will shut down at sunrise. If we don't match, my heart will stop." Lucas hesitated. Helping her meant breaking the rules. Big rules. If the military found out, he could be locked up or worse. But something inside him whispered, "She's not lying." He looked down at her again. "Come with me," he said. Inside his small bunk room, Lucas locked the door. Zara sat on the edge of his bed, her breathing slow and shallow. Her skin looked paler now, like moonlight fading. "What does matching mean?" Lucas asked carefully. "It's not what you think," she said weakly. "It's not just physical, it's emotional, biological. My body scans yours. If we are compatible, I survive. If not, I die." He looked at her for a long moment. "So you don't even know if I'm the right one?" She shook her head. "No, but I hope you are." Lucas sat beside her. "What happens if we do match?" Zara looked into his eyes. "Then I become bonded to you. I will live. But I'll feel your pain, your joy, everything. And you'll feel mine." Lucas had never heard of such a thing. It sounded impossible. But in this strange, broken world, what wasn't? "Will it hurt?" he asked. "For me?" "No," she whispered. "For you, maybe a little." Lucas took a deep breath. "Okay, let's try." Zara reached out her hand. Her fingers were soft and cold. As she touched his skin, a faint blue light appeared between them. Her body shivered. Lucas felt a strange warmth move through his chest, like sparks dancing in his blood. Suddenly, Zara gasped. Her eyes widened. "What is it?" he asked quickly. You might be the one," she said, barely able to smile. But then, a sharp knock hit the door. "Boom, soldier. This is security patrol. Open up." Lucas froze, Zara's eyes filled with terror. "If they find me, they'll kill me." Lucas whispered, "Hide under the bed. Don't make a sound." Zara slid off the bed and crawled underneath just as the door slammed open. Two guards stepped inside. "We're searching for an escaped Ilari," the taller one said. "Silver skin, female, dangerous. Seen anything strange?" Lucas shook his head. "No, sir, just me. Been on night shift." The guards scanned the room. One of them walked near the bed. For a second, he looked down. Lucas felt his heart stop, but then the guard moved on. After a few minutes, they left. The door closed behind them. Lucas locked it again and helped Zara out from under the bed. "You risked everything for me," she said softly. I don't know why, Lucas replied. But I couldn't let you die. Zahra looked at him. Her glowing eyes shimmered with emotion. We're not fully matched yet, she whispered. But the bond is starting. I feel it. Lucas nodded. Then we'll finish it. But not here. We need to get out, far away from this place. Outside, the red sky began to fade into black. But inside the small room, something new had started, something forbidden. Something powerful. And somewhere, deep in the system, an alert had triggered. Unauthorized Alari bonding in Sector 9. The hunt had begun. Zahra screamed. Not with her voice, but inside Lucas's head. He dropped to his knees, holding his head. A wave of heat shot through his spine. It felt like electricity and ice at the same time. What's happening? He groaned. Zahra clutched her chest. Her eyes glowed brighter, then dimmed. The bond. It's too strong, too fast. I didn't expect this. Lucas crawled toward her. You said it wouldn't hurt. I lied, she whispered, her voice shaking. I thought I could control it. Suddenly, his skin lit up. Strange symbols like glowing tattoos appeared across his arms and neck. They looked alien. They were alien. Zahra's eyes widened. No, this can't be right. What? Lucas gasped. You're not just compatible, she said. Backing away, you're a prime. Outside the base, chaos was already spreading. 2 more Alari prisoners had escaped the labs that night. One was killed. The other was still on the run. But Zahra was the one they wanted back the most. Inside the military command center, a screen flashed. Warning. Alari bonding confirmed. Prime match detected. Immediate termination authorized. Lucas sat on the floor, sweating, heart pounding. Zahra looked at him in awe and fear. A prime match means your DNA is rare. You are not just saving me. You are waking something ancient inside both of us. He tried to catch his breath. What does that mean for me? It means, she said slowly, they will never let you live. Lucas laughed bitterly. They were already close to killing me for feeding hungry civilians. This just makes it official. Zahra crawled closer. Her body was weak, but her mind was sharp. We must leave. But not just escape. We must go to the deep zone. Lucas frowned. No one goes there. It's restricted. Because that's where the answers are, Zahra whispered. That's where the ancient Alari archive is hidden. It will tell us what this bond truly means. Suddenly, his comm device buzzed. Private Lucas, report to Central now. Immediate orders. Do not delay. They knew. Lucas looked at Zahra. We have to move now. They left through the waste tunnels below the base. The air was thick, the walls wet and echoing. Zahra wore a stolen cloak. Lucas had only his flashlight and sight-on. Every step, Zahra stumbled more. The bond had helped her, but not completely. She needed full fusion. She needed time. They stopped deep in the tunnels, near a service hatch. Zahra leaned against the wall. Tell me something. Why did you help me? Lucas didn't answer right away. Then he spoke softly. Because I saw something in your eyes that night. Not fear. Not power. Just hope. And I haven't seen that in a long time. Zahra closed her eyes. You're strange for a human, Lucas smirked. You're strange for an alien. They shared a soft moment of silence. Then a metallic clank above them. Zahra's head snapped up. They found us. A hunter drone dropped through the ceiling like a spider. It scanned with red eyes. Lucas pulled his gun, but Zahra grabbed his wrist. No bullets. It'll only alert others. Let me try. She stepped forward. Her hands glowed faintly. A soft hum filled the tunnel. The drone paused. Then it shut down. Lucas stared. You did that? She nodded, panting. Partial control. Because of the bond. But it won't last long. Lucas opened the hatch. Then let's go before more come. They emerged miles from the base, in the edge of the burned forest black trees. Dead ground and silence. Zara looked at the sky. We have 2 days to reach the deep zone. After that, the bond will start breaking if I don't finish it. Lucas nodded. Then we move fast. But as they stepped into the shadows of the forest, far above them, a stealth ship hovered silent and invisible. Inside, a woman in a black uniform watched the screen. Prepare to engage. The Ilari is bonded. To a prime, mission changed. We need the human alive. She smiled coldly. But the girl. Kill her if she resists. Lucas woke up to silence, too silent. The forest should have birds, wind, and bugs, but there was nothing. Even the leaves didn't move. Zara was asleep beside him, her skin pale again. The glow in her chest, where the bond energy lived, was flickering like a candle in the wind. He checked the map on his wrist device. They were still 10 kilometers from the deep zone's border. If they didn't move soon, she might not survive. Then he heard it. A soft clicking noise. Not from the trees, not from any animal. It was mechanical. He turned slowly, and there it was. A tall, black machine, standing still between the burnt trees. A hunter. The hunter protocol was not like other drones. It didn't fly, it walked. It didn't scan with red lasers, it smelled blood. It was silent, patient, and smart. It hunted those who disobeyed the rules. It hunted bonded humans. And it had found them. Lucas didn't move. Neither did the machine. Then it took a step forward. Lucas grabbed Zara and rolled behind a large log. The machine's sensor pulsed. A blue wave scanned through the forest. Zara, Lucas whispered, shaking her. Wake up, we've got trouble. She groaned. I feel it. It's near. Can you stop it like before? No, she said, her eyes fluttering. This one's different. It's not just a drone. It's part human, hybrid. Lucas cursed under his breath. A biohunter. The hunter walked straight to where they had been. Its head turned, scanning the warmth left in the soil. Its body made no sound. Then it spoke in a cold, human-like voice. Prime match detected. Target, Lucas. Bonded unit, Zara. Orders, eliminate resistance. Retrieve male. Lucas froze. They knew his name. Zara's eyes widened. It's using the bond to track you. It's not hunting me, it's hunting you. Lucas pulled his weapon, but he knew it wouldn't be enough. He'd seen videos, whole squads wiped out by just one of these machines. Run, he whispered. I can't, Zara said. But you can. I'm not leaving you, Lucas said firmly. Zara touched his chest. Then trust me. She closed her eyes. The bond mark on Lucas's skin began to glow again. But this time, it wasn't just light, it was fire. Suddenly, Lucas's vision blurred. His senses sharpened. He could hear the machine's movements before it made them. He could feel the pull of the earth, the weight of each tree, the electric heartbeat of the machine. What did you do? He asked. I shared part of my power, Zara whispered. Only for a short time. It's dangerous for both of us. Lucas didn't wait. He charged. The hunter turned just in time. Lucas moved fast, too fast for a human. He dodged a metal blade, rolled under its legs, and fired a full round into its joint. The hunter staggered but did not fall. It spun and grabbed him by the neck. Lucas gasped. Its voice came again, cold and cruel. Subject Lucas, you are property now. Return for extraction. Then Zara screamed. The sound wasn't normal. It was like a sonic wave, shaking the ground. The hunter flinched. Zara stood, her body glowing brighter than ever. Her hair floated. Her eyes burned with light. Lucas dropped to the ground, gasping. What are you doing? Zara raised her hand. A pulse of white energy shot from her palm, hitting the hunter in the chest. The machine's body shook violently. Sparks flew. Its voice broke into static. Roar, system, critical. Then silence. The hunter collapsed into the dirt, smoke rising from its chest. Lucas ran to her. "Zara, are you okay?" She fell into his arms, weak and barely conscious. "I gave you too much energy. It's hard to pull back now." Lucas held her close. "You saved me again." "No," she whispered. "You saved me. I felt it. You didn't just fight with power. You fought with purpose." He looked down at her, confused. "What do you mean?" "The bond is changing," she said. "I think we're becoming something new." Hours later, they finally reached the border of the deep zone. A tall wall made of dark stone stood ahead. Strange lights blinked above it. No guards, no cameras. Only a large gate sealed with an ancient Alari symbol. Zara touched it, it glowed and opened slowly. Lucas looked around. "What is this place?" Zara smiled weakly. "The past, and maybe our future." But behind them, deep in the forest, a second hunter stepped from the shadows, and this one was already learning from the last asterisk. Lucas had never seen a place so quiet, and yet so alive. The gate to the deep zone closed behind them, sealing with a soft hum. As they stepped inside, the world changed. The air felt warm, and the ground beneath them glowed faintly with blue veins of energy, like blood running through the earth. But no one was there. No soldiers, no machines, only silence. "This place is ancient," Lucas said. Zara nodded slowly, her voice tired but steady. "This is where the Alari were born, and where they were broken." They walked deeper into the ruins. Giant alien statues stood on both sides, tall figures with faces like Zara's, arms outstretched, eyes carved from crystal. Lucas looked around. "You said the answers were here." "What kind of answers?" Zara stopped at a large wall covered in glowing patterns. "The truth about our bond, and why you were chosen." She placed her hand on the stone. It came alive. The wall lit up with moving images, holograms from another time. Lucas saw planets burning, spaceships falling, and armies running. In the center of it all was a tall Alari queen. She looked just like Zara, but older, stronger. "She was the first," Zara whispered. "Her name was Cyril. She created the bonding system. Not for love, not for peace, but for control." Lucas frowned. "Control?" Zara nodded. "Long ago, Alari ruled many worlds, but we were dying. Our DNA was collapsing. So the Queen found a way to use other species to fix us. She called it the bonding, a system where Alari could merge with compatible races and survive." Lucas stepped closer to the glowing wall. "You mean humans were part of that plan?" Zara turned to him, her eyes glowing softly. "Humans were the final piece, the perfect match. But the plan failed. The Queen died. The records were lost. Until now." Suddenly, the wall flashed. A new image appeared. Lucas. His face was shown next to ancient Alari symbols. A circle appeared around him. The word, Prime Descendant. Lucas's eyes widened. "That's me, but how?" Zara stepped back, confused. "This means your ancestors were chosen long ago. You were born to match us." Lucas shook his head. "That doesn't make sense. I'm just a soldier, a nobody." "No," Zara said quietly. "You're the key. That's why the bond is stronger. That's why the hunters came so fast. They feared this." Before they could speak again, a deep voice echoed through the temple. "You should not have come." Lucas pulled out his weapon. From the shadows, a figure stepped forward. He was not fully human, and not fully Alari. His skin was pale like Zara's, but cracked. His body was tall, armored, and filled with glowing wires. One of his eyes was human brown, the other pure red light. "Who are you?" Lucas asked. The figure smiled. "I am what happens when bonding goes too far." Zara gasped. You're one of the lost. The man nodded. We were the first experiments. The failed ones, left behind, forgotten, but now, I have returned to finish what the Queen began. Lucas stepped in front of Zara. You're not taking her, the figure laughed. Oh no, I don't want her. I want you, the Prime. In a flash, he raised his hand. A blast of energy shot forward. Lucas dove, dragging Zara behind a broken pillar. He's connected to the temple, Zara shouted. He controls it. Lucas aimed and fired, but the bullets bounced off a shield of light. The man walked closer. You bonded with her too early. The power is unstable. It will destroy you unless I take it. Zara stood. You want his bond? Then you'll have to break mine first. She raised both hands and unleashed a powerful wave of blue energy. The ground cracked. Statues shattered. The man was thrown back, crashing into the wall. Lucas caught her as she collapsed. You're burning up, he sighed. You're using too much power, she smiled weakly. Then we run. Again. They escaped through a secret path behind the temple. The light from the archive still shone behind them, pulsing like a heart. But now, they were not just running from soldiers or machines. They were running from the past, and the past had a name. Project Primeburn. Far above, in orbit, a large black ship activated. Inside, a voice spoke to an unseen commander. Subject Lucas confirmed. Phase 2 approved. Prepare for planetary lockdown. The bond had changed everything. And now, the galaxy was watching. The sky was dark when they reached the old CUM station, hidden deep in the mountains. Lucas led Zara inside the broken dome. It was dusty, dead, abandoned since the early years of the war. But he knew one thing, it still had a working satellite. Uplink. And he needed help. Zara sat down, weak but alive. Her glow was dimmer now. The bond was fading. Without a full connection, she wouldn't survive much longer. Lucas activated the console. Static filled the screen. His fingers moved fast across the keyboard. Who are you calling? Zara asked. Quietly. Someone I trust, Lucas said. Someone who saved my life once, when no one else did. After a long pause, the signal connected. A woman's face appeared on the screen. Mid-40s, military uniform, eyes sharp and cold. Lucas, she said. Is that really you? Commander Vera, Lucas said, voice tense. I need help. The woman leaned forward. Everyone thought you were dead. Then the alerts came in. Alari bonding. Prime level DNA. You're all over the system now. Lucas hesitated. Then you know why I'm here, she nodded slowly. Yes, you bonded with one of them. She's not the enemy, Lucas said quickly. She saved me. I saved her. We're connected. Vera looked at him carefully. Then she smiled. Then come home, soldier. We'll protect you both. Zara stood slowly, eyes narrowing. Something's wrong. Lucas turned. She's my old CO. We can trust her. Zara shook her head. No. The bond is warning me. It's not safe. Before Lucas could respond, the lights in the room flickered. The console screen changed. New words appeared. Tracking code. Accepted. Location locked. Units deployed. Lucas stared in horror. She used the call to track us. Zara grabbed his hand. Run! But it was too late. The roof exploded. Two dropships hovered above. Black armored soldiers, humans rappelled down, surrounding them in seconds. Lucas raised his weapon but hesitated. Don't. A voice called. Commander Vera dropped from the ship, landing smoothly. Her boots hitting the floor with a cold thud. She walked straight toward Lucas. You lied to me, he said. You said we'd be safe. I said you would be, she replied. Not the alien. Zara stood tall beside Lucas. Her glow had returned faint, but rising with emotion. She's not just an alien, Lucas growled. She's part of me now. Vera sighed. Exactly, that's the problem. She raised her hand. The soldiers aimed. Lucas stepped in front of Zara. You'll have to shoot me too. Vera didn't blink. You think I won't? You're too important to kill, Lucas, but not too important to control. She nodded at her men. One fired. A tranquilizer dart hit Lucas in the neck. He staggered, turned, and looked at Zara. Run! Then everything went black. Lucas woke up strapped to a steel chair, cold metal against his skin. Bright lights blinded him. His arms were chained, his chest burned. The bond mark pulsed weak, distant, broken. Across from him stood Vera. You shouldn't have run, she said calmly. You should have followed orders, Lucas glared. Where is Zara? In containment, Vera said. For now. She'd die if we don't finish the bond. That's the point, Vera snapped. Do you understand what you are? You're a living weapon now. If she completes the bond, she unlocked the rest of your DNA. Then no one, not even. You can stop what comes next. Lucas struggled in his seat. You're afraid, not of her. Of me. Vera walked closer. Yes, because Primeborns weren't meant to survive. They were meant to obey. She pressed a button on the wall. A screen lit up Zara in a glass cell, lying on the floor, barely breathing. Lucas's heart sank. Please, don't let her die. Vera looked at him one last time. Then give her up. Let us extract the bond and erase it. You'll live. She won't. Suddenly, the lights flickered. An alarm sounded. Warning, unauthorized system access. The screen glitched. Then a new face appeared, half machine, half Ella Reed. The man from the temple. Hello, Prime. Did you really think I'd let them kill you before I arrived? The lights exploded. Screams echoed in the hallway. The door burst open. Lucas looked up. As a familiar shape stepped into the room, Zara. Her body glowed like the sun. Her eyes locked with his. I felt your pain, she said softly. I came back for you. Zara stood in the doorway, glowing like a rising star. Lucas, still chained, stared at her through blurry eyes. How did you get here? Zara smiled faintly. The bond never fully broke. I followed the last echo of your heartbeat. Behind her, alarms blared and soldiers screamed. The half-machine man, the failed Prime, was tearing through the base like a storm. She ran to Lucas, placing her hands on the chains, but the moment she touched them, the metal turned hot and lit up with warning symbols. Zara gasped. These aren't normal restraints. They're soul locks, Lucas coughed. They were meant for Ilori prisoners. Zara's eyes narrowed. Then I'll break them, she focused. Her hands glowed with ancient energy. Sparks flew. The restraints cracked, then shattered. Lucas fell forward into her arms. Weak but alive. Suddenly, the loudspeaker echoed. Warning. Subject Prime bond is unstable. Immediate termination protocol activated. Countdown 5 minutes. Zara pulled Lucas to his feet. There's no time. We must finish the bond now, or you'll die. Lucas looked at her, dazed. You said bonding was a choice. It was, she whispered. Until now. They stumbled into a secure room, dark, silent, untouched by the chaos outside. Zara sealed the doors with her energy. The light faded. Only the soft glow of their bond remained. Tell me what to do, Lucas said. Just let go, she replied. She placed her hand over his heart. He placed his over hers. Their bond marks lit up. The room filled with light. Then pain. Sharp, deep, burning pain shot through Lucas's body. His mind stretched open, and Zara's thoughts flooded in. He saw her memories, her home planet destroyed. Her mother's last words, her escape from the labs. He felt her loneliness, her hunger for connection, her fear of dying without ever being known. And she felt his guilt, his losses, his anger, his hope. Their hearts beat as one. The bond was complete. But then the ground shook. The door exploded. The failed prime entered, face twisted, eyes glowing. You chose wrong, Zara. The human is weak. He will break. Zara stood in front of Lucas. He's stronger than you ever were. The prime raised his arm. Then prove it. He launched a spear of red energy. Lucas stepped forward. He caught it with his bare hand. The room went silent. Even the prime stared in shock. Lucas's eyes now glowed with both Alari blue and human gold. The fusion was real. He wasn't just bonded, he was becoming something new. Lucas threw the energy back. It hit the prime and sent him flying into the wall. Zara stood beside him, eyes wide. You've changed. Lucas looked at his hands. No, we've changed. Suddenly, Vera's voice echoed over the speakers again. This ends now. I'm activating the failsafe. The entire base will be destroyed in 60 seconds. Zara turned to Lucas. We can't outrun that. Lucas closed his eyes. He could feel something now deep within the earth. Energy, power. It's in the bond, he said. It's always been there. We just have to trust it. He took her hand. Together, they reached out mentally, spiritually to the core of their fusion. The light grew stronger, brighter. Then everything exploded. Silence. Smoke. Then breath. Lucas opened his eyes. He was standing in the middle of a giant crater. The base was gone. The failed prime vaporized. The sky was blue again. And beside him Zara, alive, glowing, smiling. You did it, she said. No, Lucas replied. We did. The bond wasn't just survival anymore. It was power. It was rebirth. It was love. Wrapped in something far older and far more dangerous. But far above, in a dark part of space, someone else had seen the flash of that final energy burst, and they were coming. The stars were watching. Far above Earth's broken sky, thousands of ancient satellites blinked to life after centuries of silence. Red lights, blue lights, green runes no human had ever seen. In the center of it all floated a giant black ship. Silent, waiting. Until now. The prime bond has awakened. The human is alive. Begin the return. Lucas stood at the edge of the crater, the cold wind brushing his face. Below him, the remains of the base were silent ashes. Nothing remained except him and Zara. He no longer felt pain, no hunger, no fear. Something inside him had changed. He could hear the trees. He could feel the stars. Zara sat beside him, weak but smiling. We survived. Lucas didn't answer right away. He was staring up at the sky. There. Coming, he said softly. She turned. Who? Before he could respond, the sky opened. A massive glowing ring appeared above Earth. It was not human technology. Nor was it LRE. It was older. A voice echoed from the clouds. Not through speakers. Through their minds. The match is made. The human is chosen. The gate shall open. Across the galaxy, ancient ships turned toward Earth. Some were small. Some were the size of cities. All of them had one purpose. Reach the prime. Lucas. Inside his mind, memories not his own began to surface. He saw a world of peace, before war. He saw the Illura's first creation of the bonding system. It was never meant to be a weapon. It was meant to unite different species across stars. But fear changed everything. Greed destroyed it. And now, it was being reborn. Zara looked at Lucas. Your DNA, your soul, it was chosen before you were born. I'm not special, Lucas said. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. No, Zara said. You were always meant to be here with me, right now. She held out her hand. You are the bridge between humans and everything else. Lucas hesitated, then took her hand. Suddenly, his body glowed again, but this time, the light shot upward like a beacon. In orbit, the black ship opened. Inside, rows of glowing beings bowed. A tall figure stepped forward, part Ilari, part something else. A leader of the first ones. The Prime has returned. Let the Council rise. Back on Earth, chaos unfolded quickly. Governments tried to shut down the signal. Military forces launched nukes at the sky. But nothing touched the light. The world was watching. Some screamed, some prayed, some bowed, and Lucas, he stood still. Zayra leaned closer. They want to take you. I know, he said. But it's your choice, she whispered. You can go with them. Or you can stay with me. Lucas looked at the sky, then at her, then down at the earth, his earth. I'm tired of being a weapon, he said. Maybe it's time I became something else. He raised both arms. The light changed. It curved. It split. Half of it reached the stars, an invitation. Half of it wrapped around Zayra and Earth, a promise. I'm not leaving this world, Lucas said. But I'm not closing the door either. I'm opening it. High above, the ancient ship slowed, paused, then bowed, not to a king, not to a soldier, but to a human who made a choice, the first chosen. And so it began. A new age, an age where humans weren't just survivors. They were the reason peace returned to the stars, and it all started with one alien woman. Who whispered, if I don't match, I'll die tonight. I beg you, human.